quite honest, you guys, my heart just wasn't in it today. Just dealing with some personal stuff at home, trying to figure everything out. Celebrating my anniversary today, 10 years of me being a priestess in my spiritual community. So there's just a lot going on with me in general. But outside of that, I just wanted to chime in and talk to you guys about changing your zone, or not changing your zone, but I recently added some other regions to my shopper account. I added, I think, 3 more regions. I think, I was already assigned to Orange County. That's the region that I signed up under, was Orange County. And then I also opted to add in South LA, East LA, and I think Covina, because those areas, each of those regions cover probably about 8 to 10 cities. For those of you who already, if you're already Instacart shopper, you know that each region has like quite a few cities within that particular region. So South LA has so many different cities in there, so does East LA, but I'm trying to pick the places that are not too far away from me. I almost made them, I messed up. That's what I wanted to tell you guys. So today's Wednesday, and I was stalking my app around 8:50 and completely forgot, in the process of cleaning up and doing everything that I was doing in the house, preparing for my anniversary today, and didn't remember to get back on the app at 9 o'clock. So I didn't check for hours until 11:30, and as you can imagine, everything was completely taken away. So I'm pretty bummed out about that. That is absolutely my fault, because I just wasn't paying attention. I should have just sat there and waited and did what I was trying to do after, but I was trying to get as much done as possible because I know I needed to get out here and make some money today. So I'm on my first order. I have some time to talk to you guys, so that's what I'm doing. I'm doing a on-demand order at a Costco. It's actually pretty far, 16 miles away from me. I didn't realize it when I took it. It did show me the city that the store is in. It's at Costco. It did show me the city. However, I don't know why I thought the city was closer to me, but it's actually 16 miles away from where I was located at the time, and I was at the gas station. So, I mean, it's not bad. It's not traffic. It's about 12:15 right now. I was actually trying to do Uber Eats, and this popped up. It's a $15 batch. It's only 5 items, and there's no tip. Full service, of course, but all of it is coming from Instacart, and I wanted that $15 instant payout, so that's why I went on ahead and accepted it. I did actually try to cancel it right after, but I was like, you know what, let me just go ahead and do it. I just won't be able to do anything else until later on, because I have to get my son at 3:30. So I'm going to go ahead and just knock this order out, and then I'm going to go straight back home to help my significant other with the kids, because he's at home with all of the kids. Right? Don't try to close me in this space. Like, what y'all doing? Sorry, y'all. I was like literally in the middle of 2 big trucks, and they were literally coming in at the same time. Like, so yeah, when I did get on the what do you call that? When I got on the what do you call that thing? When I got on the app to try to do the scheduling today, now see, this is my first time, and this is why I wanted to come on here, to help anyone who may have experienced this already and is probably still confused, or to avoid anyone from experiencing this. If you have just recently changed your zone or added some extra regions to your shopper account, then you already know, or you probably don't know. At the top of that page, and I'm going to put the pictures on here so that you guys can see what I'm talking about and follow along, but at the top of the page, it will tell you now all of the regions that you have on your account. So for example, mine says Covina, Orange County, East LA, and South LA. So when I was choosing the hours, I didn't know that you had to click which region you wanted to put the hours in. I just thought that automatically, I don't know what I was thinking, honestly. I think that in my head, I had an inkling about it when I first was trying to schedule the hours. I was like, okay, how is this going to work out? When I'm scheduled, how am I going to navigate like this? But it makes sense that you would have to choose, because they're expecting you to, I guess, drive to that location before the start of your shift. So I had already told myself that I wanted to keep doing scheduled hours.
In 1.5 miles, use the left lane to take exit 130C for I-710 north toward Pasadena.
I had already told myself that I wanted to do my scheduled hours in Orange County because, like I said, I want to stay close. And just in case it's busy and I'm getting orders back to back, I'm not going to do more than 3 to 4 hours in the daytime anyway for the purpose so I can be available for my son to pick him up from school. But just anyway, I don't want to be too far out away from my house. So, like I said, I had already told myself that I wasn't going to do scheduled hours in any of the other regions. I am noticing too, which is a little bit off subject, I'm segueing a little bit, but just follow me. I am noticing too that since I've added those regions, I didn't notice them the last couple of days because it's been really, really slow. Like I said, I still think that various parts of California are recovering from the earthquakes, so it's been really, really, really slow. I did see a really good order this morning that was $44. $44.93, $45. I didn't get to see the breakdown because someone took it real quick. All I know is about 51 items and 200 and something units. However, like I said, it was gone real quick. And I think that and one other order is all I saw this morning. If you guys have been following me, you know that usually in the morning for on demand, I'm seeing, and that's already in my current zone, the current region that I was already working in for Orange County. I was seeing on-demand batches coming through. I mean, 3, 4, 5 at a time between the hours of 8 a.m. to about 11 a.m. And then it slows down and picks up again from 2 to 5. And then it may slow down a little bit, and then it picks up again from like 5:30 until, you know, the nighttime. So, I'm about to miss my exit. Hold on, y'all. Let me get over. Come on, Mustang.
In a quarter mile, use the left lane to take exit 130C for I-710 north toward Pasadena.
One more. Okay, so I forgot my train of thought. But anyways,
use the left lane to take exit 130C.
Yeah, so I've noticed that there's been a decline, which I said that already, in the batches in the morning because it's usually like, you know what I mean? It's
continue on I-710 north for 3/4 of a mile.
It's popping in the morning for on demand. I haven't been seeing that. I only saw 2 on demand batches today. Another thing that I have noticed as well is with the on demand, and since I have added these extra regions to my account, now I'm seeing on demand batches from these other regions, which I like. It's just like I said, for me, I'm definitely going to have to be just a little choosy. I'm not going to be too choosy because at the end of the day, I need to make money.
In half a mile, use the right 2 lanes to take exit 20A for California 60 East, Pomona Freeway toward Pomona.
Yeah, I need to make good money, so I don't want to be choosing and turning down everything. Like, my only reasoning for being picky is not the orders itself, but more or less just because, like I said, my circumstance, me having
use the right 2 lanes to take exit 20A.
If I can get over it. Me having to pick up my son in the morning. I mean, not in the morning. Pick him up in the evening.
In a quarter mile, keep right at the fork. Follow signs for Pomona, California 60 East.
Yeah, me having to pick my son up in the evening, it doesn't really allow me the freedom to just be like, okay, I'm just going to be out here from 8 to 5. I have to pick my son up at 3:30, and they are very particular if you are not on time. So, I like to be done doing whatever I'm doing at least by 3 o'clock and be close enough to the area so that I can make it there on time.
Keep right at the fork.
So that's my only reason for being choosy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to take nothing at 2 o'clock that's literally 30 miles away, you know, knowing that it's going to take probably that whole hour to get there. That's the only thing. I don't want to get too much in that because I know I've said that like several times already. But, yeah, so I have noticed that. I'm definitely excited to see more of these on-demand batches from these different regions. I think that's definitely going to help me.
In 1.5 miles, take exit 6B for Garfield Avenue toward Wilcox Avenue.
Increase my earnings potential. And then all of these regions, which it didn't show it the first day, the first couple of days it didn't show it. But now all of these regions I see they're all on demand plus hours. So that's even better for me because I'm receiving on-demand batches. So I don't really have to be on shift to work. And I like that. I like the flexibility. I could take one, you know what I mean, between the hours of 9 and 1 in the morning. I could get a couple of batches in, be done, you know what I mean? I'm hoping. At least I'm hoping that that's what it's like. But anyways, you guys, let me focus because I'm on the freeway. And I done already almost passed up my my exit a couple of times. So let me stay focused, get here, get this order. I'll definitely give you guys more details, breakdown of this order once it's all done and completed, as well as pop it up on the screen. And then I know I didn't complete my statement when it comes to scheduling hours when you have more than one region on your app. So I'll talk about that too as soon as I get back. Hold on. Yeah, we're parked over here. Alright, you guys, I am attempting to use a tripod for the first time. I'm pushing the shopping cart. Like I said, it was literally only 5 items and they're small. It took me longer than I wanted to, but whoops. I've never been to this place before. Well, I've never been to this Costco before. So, it took me longer. They only gave me 12 minutes, which I don't understand how they give you 12 minutes. It doesn't matter how many items. I feel like when it, come on and hit me so I can fall out because you ain't paying attention. He's bagging out and he was going to keep going too. Ooh, Jesus, let me get this stuff in the car. We about to get hit by trucks. Alright, you guys, so I just dropped off that order. I'm sorry, my phone. Like I said, I was using this. Where is it? This little tripod right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. I got this from the 99-cent store, the real 99-cent store. So it's not very sturdy.
Continue on I-605 south for 1.5 miles.
So when I had the phone on there, like it literally just came forward. No, actually went backwards like this, and that's why the camera was all over the place. But you know what I mean? It was only $2, so what can you expect? But outside of that, yeah, some guy tried to hit, well, not tried to, but he wasn't paying attention. He was in a pickup truck and we were walking behind, you know what I mean? We pedestrians, you're supposed to ease out, and he wasn't exactly easing out. Like he was trying to vroom out of his parking space or whatever. And even after I said what I said, he was still going with the windows down. So I know he could hear me, but you know, it is what it is. Like I said, if he had hit me, I sure would have fell out on the floor. My hip, because he was moving, you know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't going 20 miles an hour, but he was moving fast enough in that moment to cause some damage is what I'm trying to say, which is why I was loud. But anyways, outside of that, so I didn't make it on time, and I think my shopping speed was like 250 something per second or whatever, which I don't really trip too much off of that because I know it's gonna improve the next time I do a shop. This is my first time at this particular Costco, so it's anytime you go to a store, if the layout is not the same, it's like going to a brand new store. Not, it's like it's going to a brand new store that you've never been to before, so you don't know where everything is. So you know what I mean, a lot of the times for me in the app, the way that they have things laid out, Instacart, it doesn't really work. That only works at certain stores. So you know, that's why I said, I think I mentioned it in one of my videos, that if you are familiar with the layout of the store, follow your own route versus the route that Instacart. If you're new, then I would suggest you do follow the route, because sometimes the route is accurate, but there are sometimes that the route is not accurate. I can't remember which store it was, but I know that there was a store that they sent me to, and they was telling me to get something out of the snacks department. I think it was a Costco. They was telling me to get something from the snacks department, and I went down the aisle where all the snacks are, and that item wasn't there. You know what I mean? Like where I was at right now. Perfect example. One of the items was a canister of some honey cashews, and in the app it said to go where the snacks and nuts and stuff are. So I went to the aisle where the snacks, and there was a whole bunch of different types of nuts on this aisle, but this. So this item was actually all the way in the front of the store by the registers with other snacks, but that's not in the app, so you would never know that. So like I said, I ended up backtracking, doing all this walking around, and for what? You know what I mean? But it's cool though. They gave me 12 minutes to shop that. I think I finished it in 15 minutes because I was looking for the freaking honey cashews. It was supposed to be there at 1:26. I got it there at 1:30. And on top of that, the lady was weird. When she came to the door, she acted like she didn't know she ordered. Like, I don't understand why people order stuff and then act like they don't know that they ordered. Like, I'm ringing the doorbell and knocking on the door. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, did they leave? And I'm hoping and praying that they didn't, because I don't want to have to go back to Costco and drop this stuff back off and stand in line and all that nonsense. So I'm just like, oh my God, like, what is going on? Then she comes to the door and she says, oh, I thought that you were going to come tomorrow. You know what I mean? In my head, it's like, well, you're the one who placed the order. Did you place the order for the 10th or for the 11th? Because this is an on-demand batch. So I don't think that they're going to have this batch today in the on-demand for something that you placed hoping it would come tomorrow. Like, obviously, you didn't pick the right date. You know what I mean? I didn't say this to her, but in my head, I was just like, okay, you know, maybe she shouldn't be using this app anymore. She wasn't an old lady, you know. Then there was an older lady in the back of her who was saying she didn't bring any eggs. There was no eggs on the list. There was honey, the honey cashews, some Triscuit crackers, some almond milk, and some veggie burgers. That was it. That was all that was on the list. There was no eggs whatsoever. So again, it's like, were you guys paying attention to what you were doing when you were making this order? Or, like, I don't know. But anyways, so I'm done with that. Hopefully she leaves a tip, but it's probably not likely. Probably not likely. Her order wasn't all that big. I think the total was like $63 and some change. But yeah, it's close to 2 o'clock. I'm headed home to try to do some lunch. And you know, like I said earlier, it's my anniversary, my 10-year anniversary for my priesthood. I'm celebrating 10 years of being a priestess in my spiritual community. So I got up this morning and I had to refresh and clean all of my spiritual shrines. I made a 2-layer cake, which I left cooling, and I'm getting ready to go home and make some homemade buttercream frosting to go on top. So I think I'm going to do a mukbang, probably with my daughter back there. She wants to do a mukbang, but it's probably going to be with homemade food rather than me going out and buying some food just to celebrate. So, you know, just be on the lookout for another video. I'm just letting you guys know, for my loyal subscribers, you know what I mean? I would love for you guys to chime in and participate in the mukbang. But if not, I I understand you here for Instacart and Instacart only. But yeah, so another thing, I wanted to get back on the topic that I was talking about earlier, which is picking hours when you have multiple regions in your app. So when I tried to pick hours earlier, I didn't realize that
in 600 feet, take exit 12 for Telegraph Road.
You have to highlight the region that you don't come over on top of me.
Take exit 12.
You have to highlight the region in which you want your hours to be in. I don't know why I wasn't paying attention to that. I don't even know what I was thinking in my brain.
In a quarter mile, use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto Telegraph Road.
I had a little slow moment. I wasn't paying attention until I had already selected the hours and then realized that the hours was in a region that I didn't want to work in. So
use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto Telegraph Road.
I'm going to put it on the screen with arrows pointing to the points of the app that I want you guys to pay attention to. For those of you who have just recently added more than one region to your app, or if you're thinking about it and you want to know how to work that, again, you call in, which is what I said in my last video. Just call in just to make sure, because they changed it for me right there on the spot. However, another representative did tell me that I could just send an email to whatever the help email is that's located inside your app as well. I'll try to find it and put it on the screen somewhere if I can. But anyways, yeah, so you want to go to select hours, which is on the front page, the dashboard page, select hours, and then you're going to be on the current week. You're choosing hours for the next week, so you're going to swipe left, and then at the top of that page it's going to have the regions that you are that are assigned to your account. So I have 4 different regions that's assigned to my account. You want to just simply touch it. Just tap on the city or whatever, not the city, the region that you want to work in, and just know that there are multiple cities within each region. So you know what I mean? Like, for example, I work in Orange County region. However, there's Whittier, there's Brea, there's Cerritos, there's Downey, there's Norwalk, there's several
Continue on Telegraph Road for 2 miles.
There's several different cities within that region. So just be mindful of that if you guys want to add more regions to your app. You know what I mean? Because I don't want you to pick an area and think, oh, this is fairly close, and they end up sending you somewhere that's extremely far. You know, try to do a little bit of research. I only have 3 extra regions in my app right now. I'm pretty familiar with the extra cities. There's one region that I'm not familiar with, but it's close to me anyway, so that's why I went on ahead and chose it. I'm definitely excited to see how this is going to affect my earnings potential. Like I said, I just did an on-demand match from one of these new regions, and have you guys noticed at the top of the app now? I don't know if I mentioned in another video, but if you noticed at the top of the app now, it'll say for on-demand. This is what I'm talking about. For on-demand, it will give you the name of the store, and but it'll say like 5 miles from your current location. It wasn't doing that before. When on-demand first came to my area, it didn't say that before. It just gave the name of the grocery store. It just told you whether it was full service or delivery, how many items, how many units, and what time it needed to be delivered by, and then how much you were going to get paid for that batch. Now, like within the last week, and I forgot to mention it, I don't know if I did or not, but now it says all of that, plus at the very top in big black bold letters, it also says like 10 miles from your location, meaning that the actual grocery store is 10 miles from where you are, which I think that's actually a pretty good feature, so that you know what I mean, where you going. Or to say 5 miles. I haven't gotten anything that's further than that. It's usually 5 miles from your location or 10 miles. But I definitely like that new feature, so that you know where you're going, especially if you have what I have, where you have multiple regions in your account, and you're not familiar with these other areas and you don't know how far you're going. I don't know if this one said that or not. I can't remember if it said it or not. I think it just popped up so quick and I just tapped it, because I do that a lot. When I see something that's good, like I said, it was $15 for that batch, no tip, and I just clicked it. I was like, I'm gonna take it, because I want to cash that out like right now. Hopefully I get some more good orders. I'm gonna see what's popping around 5:30, because I really don't want to do the food delivery thing. I want to do like 2 grocery shops, and that'll be the end of my day. So I'm gonna see if I can get like 2 good $20-$30 orders that come in this evening, because it looks like it's trying to pick up today, although it was still pretty slow this morning. But anyways, I don't want to hold you guys up too much more. I just wanted to chime in, let you guys know that your girl is back on it. As you can tell, my energy has definitely changed. I was a little bit low energy earlier, you know what I mean, feeling the way I was in my feelings about whatever I was going through, still going through. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean, it's up to you to make yourself smile. Only you can change your own energy. Only you are in control of your own self, your own body, your own mind, and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna leave you guys on that note, because I'm about to be pulling up at my house in a minute, and I'm pretty sure I'm about to hear it from my significant other. He's always got a story or two about who did what, who sat on who slapped who hit who, whatever the case may be, talking about the kids. So yeah, definitely make sure you smash the like button, you guys. As always, comment down below, share your stories, questions, concerns, anything that you would like for me to address in my videos. And definitely subscribe if you haven't already. If you are currently subscribed, I thank you. And press that bell button so that way anytime I upload a new video, you guys will be notified. And on that note,